I thought buying our dream home was the beginning of a better life. But exactly 1 week after moving in, I received a phone call that changed everything. The previous owner sounded terrified. He said he had forgotten to disconnect the hidden living room security camera from his cloud account. Then he whispered something that made my blood run cold. "I've been watching your house by accident. I saw what your wife, your mother-in-law, and your sister-in-law have been doing while you're at work. Don't tell anyone. Come alone if you want to see the footage." At first I thought it was a prank, until he sent me a single screenshot. My name is Ethan, and my wife Clara, and I had spent nearly every dollar we had on our new house. It wasn't huge, but it was perfect for starting a family. Clara's mother Diane and her younger sister Maya insisted on helping us unpack almost every day. They said they wanted us to settle in comfortably, and I appreciated their kindness. The first week felt normal. Every morning I left for work around 7, kissed Clara goodbye, and returned home exhausted. Clara always told me they spent the day organizing furniture, decorating rooms, and cleaning the place. Everything seemed perfect. Then my phone rang during lunch. The caller introduced himself as Victor, the previous owner. His voice was shaking. He apologized and explained that he had forgotten to disconnect one indoor security camera from his private cloud account before selling the house. He had only noticed it after receiving motion notifications all week. I immediately became angry. But before I could yell, he interrupted me. "Ethan, I swear, I wasn't spying. I only opened the recordings because I didn't know where the notifications were coming from. What I saw isn't something I can ignore." He paused. "Don't tell your wife. Meet me alone." Curiosity defeated my anger. That evening I told Clara I had to work late and drove to a quiet coffee shop where Victor was waiting with his laptop. Without saying a word, he opened the first recording. I watched Clara unlock a small closet hidden beneath the staircase. Then Diane and Maya entered carrying several cardboard boxes. They removed expensive jewelry, family photo albums, legal documents, and bundles of cash from the boxes before placing everything inside the hidden closet. I couldn't understand what I was seeing. Victor looked at me. That's not all. He played another video. This time my mother-in-law handed Clara a folder filled with property documents. Maya smiled as they compared signatures. Diane pointed toward one paper while laughing. Victor zoomed in. Although blurry, I recognized my own signature copied onto several documents. My heart started racing. Another recording showed them bringing strangers into the house while I was at work. Those people carefully measured every room, took photos, inspected the basement, and discussed renovation cost. Clara called one man our future investor. I couldn't breathe. Victor closed the laptop. "When I sold you this house," instead of confronting Clara, I contacted a lawyer the following morning. The lawyer immediately advised me to freeze all financial accounts and verify every property document connected to the house. Within hours, we discovered someone had attempted to transfer ownership rights using forged paperwork that looked almost identical to my signature. The lawyer contacted police. Investigators quietly began monitoring everyone involved. For nearly 2 weeks, I acted as if nothing had happened. Every day I smiled, ate dinner with Clara, and pretended life was normal. Meanwhile, investigators collected evidence. They discovered Diane had significant gambling debts. Maya owed money to several lenders. Their plan was simple: convince Clara that placing the house into a family investment trust would help protect our finances, then secretly transfer control to another company owned by one of Diane's business partners. Clara had believed she was only helping her mother with paperwork. She never realized the documents would eventually remove my ownership entirely. When detectives finally searched the house, they recovered hidden cash, forged contracts, fake identification documents, and multiple storage drives containing scanned signatures. Diane and Maya were arrested that same afternoon. Clara completely broke down during questioning. She admitted she never read the paperwork carefully and trusted everything her mother told her. Months later, our marriage survived, but only after years of rebuilding trust. Clara cut all contact with her mother and sister. Victor refused every reward I offered him. He simply smiled and said, "If I hadn't forgotten that camera, you would have lost everything." Sometimes the biggest danger isn't a stranger breaking into your home. Sometimes it's the people you've trusted enough to give them a key. Even today, every time I walk through that living room, I remember the phone call that saved my future. One forgotten security camera exposed a betrayal that could have destroyed my marriage, my finances, and my entire life. Trust should never replace verification, even with family. Read every document before signing it. Protect your home, your savings, and your peace of mind, because one careless decision can take years to repair. And remember, sometimes the truth doesn't arrive with flashing lights or dramatic warnings. Sometimes it comes through a quiet phone call from someone you never expected to hear from again. If Victor had ignored those cloud notifications for just one more day, I might have signed away everything I worked for without ever knowing the real plan. That single accidental call became the difference between losing my future and saving it forever.